Coast.
All right, so get this picture. New Zealand's parliament right.
Okay.
Usually it's all about debates and legislation, but this time, something pretty remarkable happened.
Yeah.
A group of MPs decided to make their point in a way that's turning heads all over the world.
How so?
They performed a haka right there on the floor.
Wow. It's definitely not your typical parliamentary procedure.
Right.
And that's exactly why it's so powerful. It speaks volumes about the importance of the haka in New Zealand,
For sure.
not just as a cultural performance, but as a tool for expression and even protest.
You know, most of us might have seen the haka during a rugby match.
Right.
Like when the All Blacks perform it before a game.
Oh, yeah.
It's so intense. But I feel like there's got to be so much more to it than just a pre-game ritual.
Absolutely. The haka runs deep in Maori culture. It's woven into their history, their values, their very identity. To understand the haka, we need to go back to its roots, to a time when Maori warriors would perform it before battle.
So it was like a war dance, a way to intimidate their opponents.
Yeah, but it was so much more than just trying to scare the enemy.
Okay.
Think of it as a way to channel their collective energy and spirit.
I see.
It was a display of strength, unity, and a connection to their ancestors.
It's fascinating how a dance can carry so much weight and meaning.
The haka is much more than just a dance.
Right?
It's a living, breathing embodiment of Maori culture.
Wow.
Each movement, each chant, every facial expression carries a story.
Really?
It's a way to communicate emotions, share their history, and pass down knowledge through generations.
So it's almost like a living history book passed down through generations.
What's a great way to put it? And just like any language, the haka has different dialects or forms, each with a specific purpose.
Okay, so there's more than one type of haka.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
There are many different types, each designed for a particular occasion.
Yeah.
You have the haka puri, a welcoming haka performed to greet visitors and show respect. Then there's the haka taparahi, which is more ceremonial and often performed at social gatherings.
Okay.
And of course, there's the purupuru, the war haka, known for its dynamic movements and use of weaponry.
So there's a welcome haka, a party haka, a war haka.
Right.
It's like a whole dance vocabulary. But the one we see most often, the All Blacks haka, what's the story behind that one?
The one you're referring to is called the kamate, and it has a particularly interesting backstory.
I bet.
It was composed by a Maori chief in the early 1800s to celebrate his narrow escape from enemy tribes.
Oh, wow.
The haka tells the story of his cleverness and resilience.
I've always been struck by the intensity of the haka, especially the facial expressions.
Yeah.
The wide eyes, the tongue sticking out, the forceful stomps. It's both captivating and a little intimidating.
Those elements are key to understanding the haka's deeper meaning.
Oh, really?
The wide eyes represent vigilance. The protruding tongue is a gesture of defiance. And the stomping symbolizes their connection to the land and their ancestors. It's all designed to project strength and solidarity.
It's amazing how much meaning is packed into every detail.
Yeah.
But we're seeing the haka used in so many ways these days,
Right.
not just on the rugby field or in traditional ceremonies.
Yeah.
How has it evolved over time?
You're right. The haka has definitely transcended its traditional boundaries.
Yeah.
The All Blacks have played a role in that,
I see.
showcasing it on a global stage and making it synonymous with New Zealand.
Right.
But it's also become a powerful tool for activism and social commentary.
Like that video from Parliament we were talking about.
Exactly.
Using the haka to protest, that's a pretty bold statement.
It is. And it's a testament to the haka's enduring power and versatility.
For sure.
It can be adapted to express a range of emotions and ideas.
So what was the protest about?
Well,
Why did these MPs choose the haka as their form of expression?
they were protesting a bill that aimed to reinterpret certain aspects of the Treaty of Waitangi.
For those of us who aren't familiar with New Zealand's history, what's the significance of this treaty?
The Treaty of Waitangi is a foundational document in New Zealand.
Okay.
Signed in 1840 between the British Crown and Maori chiefs, it established the framework for their relationship.
Interesting.
But there's been ongoing debate about its interpretation and implementation.
I see.
Some Maori feel the treaty hasn't been fully honored,
Oh, wow.
leading to grievances about land rights and sovereignty.
So by performing the haka in Parliament,
Yeah.
these MPs were essentially saying,
Yeah.
we're not going to be silent. Our voices deserve to be heard.
Exactly. It was a way to bring their concerns to the forefront, demanding recognition and respect for their heritage and their rights. The haka, with its raw emotion and historical weight, becomes a powerful tool to challenge the status quo and demand attention.
It's amazing how a dance that was once primarily associated with warfare has become such a powerful symbol of cultural identity and resistance.
It really is.
What do you think it is about the haka that makes it so effective in conveying these messages?
The haka carries a visceral energy that's hard to ignore. It's not just about the movements, it's about the passion and the spirit behind it. When performed with genuine intention, it commands attention and evokes a strong emotional response.
It's also interesting how it's become so interwoven with the national identity of New Zealand,
Right.
even being incorporated into official state ceremonies.
That's a testament to the growing recognition of Maori culture and its contribution to New Zealand's identity.
Yeah.
It's a sign of respect and an acknowledgement of the importance of their heritage.
It really highlights the evolution of the haka from its ancient roots to its role in contemporary society.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful example of how tradition can be adapted and reinterpreted to meet the needs of the present.
I think what's fascinating is that even as it evolves,
Right.
the haka retains its core essence. That connection to ancestry, to the land, to the collective spirit. It's a reminder of where they come from and what they stand for.
You know, there's that Maori phrase you often hear associated with the haka, ka'ora, ka'ora.
Oh.
What does that mean?
It translates to, it is life, it is life. And it beautifully captures the haka's vitality and enduring energy. It speaks to the resilience of Maori culture, its ability to adapt and thrive through generations.
It's a sentiment that resonates far beyond New Zealand, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This idea of finding strength in tradition, of using your voice to fight for what you believe in.
Right.
It's a universal message.
Absolutely. The haka's journey from ancient ritual to global symbol speaks to its power and relevance.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that tradition doesn't have to be static.
Right.
It can be a source of strength and inspiration in a constantly changing world.
It's been incredible to delve into the haka's history and significance.
It really is.
It's so much more than just a dance. It's a powerful expression of culture, identity, and resilience. Ka'ora, ka'ora indeed.
Well said. It's a reminder that tradition can be both a window to the past and a guide for the future.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to build strong habits.